We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at Justice League issue 58. This is from the 2018 series, and it's part 5 of the Endless Winter storyline. This was written by Andy Lanning and Ron Marz, art by Xermanico, colors by Alex Sinclair, letters by Tom Napolitano, flashback art by Marco Santucci, colors by Arif Prianto, letters by ALW's Troy Pateri, associate editor Andrea Shea, editor Alex Carr. Cover by Francis Manapul. Cover's alright. It does kind of relate to what's going on, so it's fine. So we get a flashback sequence like the other issues, and we get to see a little bit of how they dealt with things and Black Adam's amoral nature. And then we cut over to Detroit, where John Stewart has to save some people, and as Green Lantern, he's able to protect the Michigan Central Train Depot, where he takes some people from Star Labs and some others before heading out to the Hall of Justice. And when he's at the Hall of Justice, he's hanging out with Bobo, Detective Chimp, and they are attacked by a bunch of snow creatures, and it looks like one of them is the Frost King. Thankfully, the rest of the league shows up finally near the end of the book, and we get a little bit of a resolution before having a little lead in to the Teen Titans Endless Winter Special number 1. Overall, this was kind of boring. Like the others, it's really a slice of life story. It's got nothing to do with the main story. We barely even see the Frost King up to this point. He's finally in the last page that leads into the Teen Titans issue. Maybe we'll actually see the villain of this book. I'm telling you, this is just a knockoff of The Final Night with a bunch of snowmen. The flashback sequences could have been a really cool miniseries on their own that would have been way more interesting than this. This was an okay issue. It just isn't worth $4. It's a decent standalone story, I guess, but it's kind of boring. It was mediocre, and I didn't really have any connection to anything. It was just sort of a throwaway issue, like so many of these other ones. So far, the best issue is easily the Aquaman issue, and this was really unexciting. A lot could have happened. It looked like stuff was gonna happen, and then they kind of fake you out, and it was not that interesting. It's just okay. This is discount bin material, and it's really trying to dress up as something else. The interesting story is the flashback story. That would have been a much more interesting story to tell, about having Hippolyta, this annoying other swamp thing, Black Adam, Viking Prince. That would have been a much more interesting story than what we're being presented here. I think they wasted a lot of the potential. Instead of having Endless Winter cross all these titles and have all these goofy one-shots, it should have been that as a 4-issue miniseries. It would have been significantly better and a much stronger story. This I can't recommend unless you get it out of a very inexpensive discount bin. It was still better than some of the early parts, but we're way too late in the game for a mediocre book to really go nowhere and accomplish very little. I'm hesitant to read the next issue, but I've already paid for it, so I guess we're gonna see where this goes, but I'm not going to recommend this unless you can get it really cheap. That'll do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel in other ways, links to my Patreon, Streamlabs, and Teespring store are in the description. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.